welcome back. It's been a while since my last post, but unfortunately I've had COVID, so I've been unwell for a while. I'm better now and hoping to get back out soon, and thought I'd do the follow-up to my buckles, coins and spoons video of a few weeks ago. So here we go with the follow-up on that, and we'll start with the buckle. So we'll start with the buckle, and this was quite a nice find. By far and away the nicest buckle I've found so far to date, and it's actually a shoe buckle dated from the early to mid 1600s, so actually 1620 to 1680. And buckles replaced ties on shoes in around about the mid 17th century. Actually, Samuel Pepys wrote in his diary for the 22nd of January 1660, "This day I began to put on buckles to my shoes," and they actually remained popular right up until through the 18th, up until the 19th century, when they were replaced by laces again. So actually, buckles replaced laces and then got replaced by laces around about the time of the French Revolution. So certainly one of my earliest finds, definitely my earliest buckle, so very pleased with that one. The next find was my spoon, and I don't know if you can see the marks there, but there are marks on there, and it turned out that it was a pewter spoon rather than silver. When I got home and cleaned up the marks, I realised they weren't standardised hallmarks, they were actually pewter marks. So pewter is marked sometimes, but not in the same way as gold and silver, which makes it a little bit harder to date. I've managed to identify this as a spoon or fork handle that was made by one Thomas Newbold, who was active in Birmingham from 1821 to 1827, and not been able to find any more information out about him, but pleased to find out that little information anyway. So Thomas Newbold of Birmingham made this. My next find was my musket balls, and first the unfired one, which is by far the bigger one. You can actually see there on the scales it's 52.8 grams, and the unfired one is much smaller, and it's only 19.2 grams. So it gives you an idea of the size of the bigger one over the smaller one. And that's the difference between unfired, which is completely round, and fired, which has a little bit of round on the top of it, but then when you flip it over it's completely flattened out, and that has hit something and flattened out. So that's the difference between unfired and fired, and what happens to lead when it hits something. It basically just flattens out. So that was a couple of interesting finds. 2 musket balls in one day is by far the most I've ever found. So quite pleased with that, quite happy with those. Well, I hope you've enjoyed this little follow-up, and thank you very much for joining me. And I hope very much to get out and about again into the countryside soon and see what other history I can find. In the meantime, enjoy yourself, keep safe, and don't forget, if you've enjoyed this, like and subscribe, and please share with any friends you have who you may think would be interested in watching. Thank you very much for joining me, and see you again soon. Bye bye.